58,220 Americans dead. Over 2 million Vietnamese killed. A generation lost. Millions slaughtered. All because of something that never happened. The Gulf of Tonkin. Lie. How a false flag launched a war. August 2nd, 1964. The USS Maddox is allegedly attacked by North Vietnamese patrol boats in the Gulf of Tonkin. August 4th, a second attack is reported. President Johnson takes to the airwaves. The very next day, Congress gives him a blank check for war. There were no torpedoes, no enemy ships, no battle. And they knew it. There was no attack, said an NSA historian in 2005. The Maddox fired first, according to the Pentagon Papers. Even more disturbing, the Gulf of Tonkin resolution was written before the attack happened. They were just waiting for the green light. Years later, Defense Secretary Robert McNamara finally confessed. Robert McNamara. It didn't happen. There was no second attack. He knew. They all did. And what did President Johnson say behind closed doors? Lyndon B. Johnson. For all I know, our Navy was shooting at whales out there. While he sent thousands to die, he laughed. Journalists who questioned the story were ignored. The ones who repeated it got promoted. The first casualty of war is the truth. They didn't just lie about the war. They chose who would die in it. The poor, the working class, the forgotten. The elite sent other people's sons to fight a war for profit. They gave everything for a lie. Vietnam's leader Ho Chi Minh once looked up to America. He even quoted the Declaration of Independence. All men are created equal. Ho Chi Minh, 1945. He asked for help. We gave him napalm. While soldiers bled, the CIA profited. Partnering with drug lords in the Golden Triangle, smuggling heroin into America's streets. They said it was about communism, but it was about control and cash. Vietnam wasn't just a war. It was a testing ground for psychological warfare. Loudspeakers blaring ghost voices, fake surrender leaflets, and torture repackaged as enhanced interrogation. And many of those tactics were later used on us. There was no declaration of war. Just a blank check based on a lie. Unconstitutional. Unpunished. Unforgivable. It wasn't the first lie, it wasn't the last. The pattern is simple. Create fear. Manufacture consent. Start war. Repeat. He spoke out against the war. They silenced him a year later. They didn't just lie about a war, they rewrote history. They sold the lives of young men for oil, opium, and empire. In our next exposé, we uncover a NATO-backed program that staged terrorist attacks across Europe to scare civilians into obedience. Terror, funded by the West, blamed on the people.